Hello, EP Massey here. I've been asked by a few people while I'm out explaining my sales program that they've been asking me one question. EP, don't I have to sell? And of course you have to sell. And I've explained to you guys what my sales process is, if you want to call it that, persuasion process. And it is create awareness, educate, give them a solution, and then activate. Okay, I've mainly explained the first three more than I have activation. Activation is basically closing. And one of the reasons why I want you guys to focus on those four is because most of us fitness professionals, we're not sales people. That's not what we do. We don't focus on it as much. We don't study it. We just want to do our job. We are here to help people. And that's why I say be bold to your purpose and just simply help people. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to take that stress off of you so that the customer doesn't feel that stress. Because if I give you, say, for instance, there's about 5 to 7 steps to the sales process. And I'll give you probably the most popular one. Number one is build rapport. That's always number one. Build rapport with the customer, with the prospect. Number two is the interviewing process. Basically, you're asking them questions. You're finding their needs and their desires. You're discovering their needs and their desires. Number three, after that, you give them a presentation. Basically, you are explaining to them your services or products and how those services or products can benefit their lives. Number four is you're addressing their needs and their desires, like based on the information you've gotten from them and you've gone through the presentation. Now it's time for you to basically give them solutions to their problems, or give them reasons to buy your products because or services because it's going to make them happy, whatever it may be. And then finally, number five is closing. So typically speaking, there's about 5 steps in the sales process. Most of us salespeople understand. I have to admit, I am a salesman. I'm not the best salesperson. I'm not the worst salesperson, but I do understand each one of those steps, and I do understand where I'm at when I'm speaking to a customer, which step I'm at when I'm speaking to a customer. I do understand those things. But most fitness professionals aren't salespeople. I've been in mortgage, and I've worked for Comcast, and I've sold insurance, and I've taken sales trainings, and so I understand the sales process. But what I try to do is I try to make it stressless and stressless for you and the customer, so that you can properly present yourself with more confidence and the knowledge based on your expertise. And this right here, all these things will help you close that prospect a lot easier. If you are uncomfortable about, say, those 5 steps in the sales process that, sales professionals understand, if you're uncomfortable with that, if you try to sell, most of you fitness professionals, you're going to be uncomfortable, and you're going to not give you're not going to put your best foot forward. You're going to make the customer uncomfortable and unsure of whether you know what you're talking about, and then you're going to lose a customer. So that's why I say create awareness, educate, give them a solution, activate. That's closing. Activation is basically saying, okay, Mr. Massey, you understand what we have to do to get you in shape. This is what we're going to do to, start that process. This is what it's going to cost. And I'll explain to you guys how to deal with the costs a little bit later. So that's pretty much what I wanted to speak to you guys about was, yes, you are selling, but there is a way to do that. There's a way to sell to the customer without you actually having to be a salesperson. I want you to be in your skin, and I want you to present your best So I want you to present yourself in the best way possible so that that prospect will feel comfortable with you. And if that prospect is comfortable with you, that person is most likely going to sign up with you based on your knowledge and skill in which you're comfortable with. I hope that really helped you guys out a lot. I'll talk to you later, okay? Have a good one.